Welcome back to my channel Conquer the Fear. In this video, we are going to discuss about the real coding interview questions asked in one of the interview. So the person has attended the interview that was round one, L1 interview. So the company name was Lux Off. The program, what was asked about him was move all the nulls to the end of the list. Now, if you are attending any interview or you're trying to prepare for any coding interview, this is the right video where I'm going to explain you how this particular program could be written and what is the method to solve it. Let's try to look at the problem statement. The question is move all the nulls to the end of the list. Now there is a trick in this. You have to preserve the order of how it was inserted or how it was given. Now the question would be given all the list with the null values. Move all the null values to the end of the list, and you have to maintain the null or all the null and the non-null order in the preserved way. Now you will be given A, null, B, C, null, and D. So this would be the input, and the output should be look like this. Now let's try to look how you can create this particular solution. And just to note, this particular program should be written in Java 8. That is the one of the condition which was asked by the interview. Now let's try to, now this is the input whatever it is given. Now let's try to create a method over here with this particular method name. Let me take the input as list of string over here. So just let me rename this. Now so it should also return the list as well. Now let's try. Now this is giving error because of it is not returning anything as of now. As we write progress, we'll give that particular list as a return tab. Now first let us try to take the list. Now the approach would be first segregate the non null part and the null parts in the same order. Now how would you do that? So first we'll convert that to a string, and then on top of that particular string we'll try to filter all this. So let's try to filter all the null parts. So if it is not null parts, okay, so you will see not null objects over here. So we'll make use of the method reference over here. Okay, and then ultimately we will collect it to one of the list over here. Now we have to create a non null list over here first. So this will save the non-null list over here. Then we'll make the null list over here, which is, and then we'll check whether these are all null or not. So we'll call these null method over here. Now once we get these two elements, the list, let's try to print and see whether this particular list is giving us the right list of it or not. That too in the same order. Okay, now let me just for now let me return any one of them as an release so that it. Now let's try to run this particular program to see what exactly would be the output. Now if you take a look at this, this is printing those particular values over here. Now let's try to see how we can move this into the sorting order like this. So in this return statement only, I will try to make use of one of the string concat method where I will be concatenating these two streams. So now again this is a list, right? So I would be, this will be taking the stream as an input. So I will be calling the stream method on top of this. Then I will call the null list as well to the stream, and then ultimately I will try to collect it as a list again. Now that's it, we have just converted that to a list again. I'm going to return it. Now let us try to run this particular program and see whether it is giving the desired output or not. Now if you look at this particular first scenario, you will see this is the correct first input. Now if you see here, this is giving you the exact order how it was preserved, but moving those particular to the null to the end. So this is how you do that. Now I would like to show you one small tweak over here. Now if you take a look at this, the method is expecting list of string. Now what if I wanted to convert, I'm passing the list of integers over here. So let's say my question is, if I am passing list of integer over here, and these all things would be 1, 2, 7, and then 10, and this particular list I'm trying to move it to the, so here if you see, this should be expecting. So you need to just make the small changes over here. Now if you take a look at this is going to accept the integer any wrapper class now, which is going to take up any wrapper as in the one which is going to accept that. Now let's try to run this program and see what would be the output. Now if you see here, this is working for string also, this is working for integer also. So with little bit tweak, we can write this particular program and achieve this functionality. I hope I was able to explain you in a clear and a precise way how to write this particular program. If this video was helpful, please share it with the needy people. Also don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching.